Hey guys, welcome back to another tutorial. This one's going to be on this beautiful soft bridal shower look. Without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we make it look like we've had a lot of sleep, and so you want to cover up any under eye circles. I'm using a concealer by NYX. It's a little bit more creamy. The reason why I like to use a creamier concealer now is because I want it to be a little bit thicker before I put the foundation on. So now that I'm going to be taking these NYX drops, I'm going to place this all over my cheeks and then I'm going to buff it out with this brush. I'm not too sure how I feel about this foundation yet. This was like the second time I'm using it, and I did notice some dry patches. Maybe I should have moisturized a little bit better, but I'll keep you guys posted on that. Next, I used my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer underneath the eyes. This one's a little bit brighter, so I'm using this more as a brightening concealer under the eyes and kind of like a highlighter rather than trying to do more concealing. And then here I'm going to take this Motives Sculpt series. You guys know I love using this. I'm thinking of doing a video on my favorite products so you guys can see what are my must-haves, and I'm definitely going to include that. Then for some highlight for a bridal shower, you really want to be glowy, you want to be dewy, you want to look fresh. So I'm using these drops by Temptu, and this came in the BoxyCharm box. And I'm applying this in a C shape around my temple area. And you want to make sure you hit the high parts of your cheeks and then also right above the brow. And I'm using the Beauty Blender just to soften out the edges. I'm also adding a little drop on my nose above the Cupid's bow and down the bridge of the nose. This just makes it look like you are glowing all over rather than just having a little bit of shimmer on the cheeks. I'm going to be using a bronzer today, and I'm going to start bronzing up the face. You don't need to be too precise with this, but the goal is to look like you are sun-kissed. So anywhere that the sun would naturally hit you, you want to apply some bronzer there. So around the temples, the cheeks, and the jawline. And I'm going to do a little bit of contour just to add some definition, and I'm using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I'm also going to be taking this around the nose just to define it a little bit, and then the lighter shade in the palette, I'm going to be pressing that underneath the eyes. I liked how this looked because it just brightened up everything and created a really nice contrast. I want to set that cream highlight that we put down first, so I'm using Rodeo Drive by Ofra. This also came in the BoxyCharm box, and I'm just hitting this on the nose as well, and you guys can really see how this just pops. You look really glowy, and I really like how it all ties in together. Here I'm using a Motives blush. You need very little, and I'm using a little bit more pink because I am wearing white and I wanted there to be some color in certain areas, and I really love how this blends into the contour and the bronzer. Now that we have all this powder done, we are going to use some primer water by Smashbox, and that stuff is so good. It just blends all the powders together. The palette that I'm using is by Too Faced, and I'm taking the first shade here and working this into the crease. You don't need to be too precise. You can be a little bit messy with this. Just above that, I'm going to take this other shade. It's a little bit softer and blend out along the top. You'll see that I put a transition shade and then blend it out on top, and I'm also blending it on the bottom with a different color, and this is actually going directly in the crease. When you do this trick, it just makes it look a lot more blended. And then on my fingers, I'm taking a shimmery shade and applying that all over and blending out the edges. This is such a quick look. Honestly, I wanted to be very simple with the eyes but still look glam. Sometimes for a bridal shower, you don't want to look overdone, but you just want to look nice and glowy. So that's why there's a lot of focus on the glowy lids and the cheeks. But I did keep the inner corners and the brow highlight matte, which was really different because I usually do a shimmer there. And then I'm taking Boudoir, which is a beautiful Motives Cosmetics eyeshadow, and I'm applying that underneath the eye and then taking a little bit into the outer corners of the lid as well. I'm applying some mascara and then popping on some lashes. I did that off camera because I was having a little bit of trouble with them, but I really love these lashes. I feel they just give such a feathery look to the eyes. And then I'm applying some Spice Liner by MAC all over my lips. One thing that I wanted to mention is right here, I'm actually diffusing the Cupid's bow and kind of softening it out a little rather than making it too sharp. The reason why I wanted to do this is it makes the lips look fuller and also a bit more softer. And I'm also dabbing on some lipstick. This is such a great trick. You can clean up any edges. This would look so beautiful if you were outside somewhere the lights will really hit that highlight and you're just gonna look amazing. So to all of you that are getting married this year, congratulations. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please give this video a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in my next one. Thanks guys for watching.